Hello and welcome. I'm Jacob Bellotti, joined as always by the Grinch,
Hey.
Larry Saperstein. Hello, how are you?
You're a mean one. Wait, how low can you go?
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
You're a mean one.
You're a mean one,
Mr. Grinch. I'm good.
Clock that T.
I'm great. I'm in the holiday spirit.
Yes.
Welcome to Fa-la-la. Let's talk about that.
All systems are a go.
Talking database activated.
Begin in 3, 2, 1.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what? Let's talk about who? Let's talk about me. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about that. Girl, I cannot believe we are talking about that.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Let's talk about that. Could you tell we rehearsed it?
We did. We rehearsed it. You know, I'm really happy to be here talking to you, honey. It's been like a month.
I know, since we've recorded an episode.
Yeah.
It's been a while, and I haven't seen you that much over the past
Yeah,
few
I've been
weeks.
avoiding you.
Yeah.
But now it's the holiday season, and I'm ready for shacking up.
Yeah, we are shacked up, although we'll only shack up for 2 days this holiday season.
Yeah.
So let's talk about us.
Let's talk about us, baby.
Oh, my goodness. So many things have been happening in our lives.
Yeah.
Well, last night we actually were at Joshmas.
Happy Joshmas, everyone.
We were at Joshua Bassett's.
Happy Joshmas to all who celebrate.
Yes, Joshua Bassett's holiday/birthday party.
Yeah.
Which was really fun.
It was fun. It was a good time.
I had a great time. We were hanging out with Josh a lot. We were talking with him on his roof.
Yeah. You know, and we were at this party, and I go up on the roof, and I had this moment of being like, oh yeah, I'm at a Joshua Bassett party on the roof. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
That completely checks out. I cannot tell you the number of times that I have been on the roof of a building with that boy.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
There was one time where we were in New York. I probably shouldn't share this with the world, but there's one time we were in New York City doing press for High School Musical, the musical series, and it was just the two of us, and he was like, let's find the roof of this fucking 50-story hotel.
Oh,
no,
Lord.
it was probably like 33 stories or 34 stories. And he was like, let's go up to the roof. And we're like, okay. So we start walking up, and we walked up like 15 feet. Because the way that it was like the hotel went to like floor, say like 20, and then the final 10 or 15 floors were all apartments, like luxury apartments that were on top of the hotel.
Uh-huh.
So there was no way it was different elevators. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we went up to the highest floor that we could in the hotel, went into the stairwell, and then walked up the rest, and then it was locked and we couldn't get to the roof.
That seems like a lot of uphill
We
steps.
tried once to get to the roof of the hotel where we recorded Kate's episode in Salt Lake City. We tried once to get to that roof. Anyway, he likes roofs.
Yeah.
He likes
so
being on the roof.
We were hanging out on the roof with Josh.
Yeah.
Chatting about life, chatting about...
By the way, it was a who's who of
Let's talk about that.
Yes.
It was. Our
Really?
last week's guest, Cosette was
Cosette was
there.
there. Kylie Cantrell was there.
Was there. Some future guests that we don't want to reveal maybe at this time were there.
We're there. So, you know.
And Tim Federle, of course, was there.
Right. Truly the biggest star of Let's Talk About That.
Honestly, the biggest thing. He comes up in most episodes, if not all.
Yeah.
But I just had the darndest little time. It
was nice.
Yeah, I was dancing around. I was talking, chatting, having a good time. And isn't that what the holidays are really about?
That is what the holidays are all about. And by the way, this onesie, courtesy of the Joshmas host himself.
There you go.
Joshua Bassett.
There you go. I mean, it all ties back to Joshua Bassett.
Yeah.
But he really got us in the holiday spirit.
I know.
honey.
Now I am feeling really in the holiday spirit.
I really was. And I enjoyed playing with his dog, Woody.
Yes.
Very cute.
Very sweet.
Very, very demure.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I've been doing this show, right? this holiday show, and I realized that like, though it is a holiday show, like there is a Christmas kind of element to it, and it does like, you know, it snows at the end.
Yes.
It's not very Christmassy.
No, it's not.
Right,
I did
like-
not feel Christmassy after seeing it.
Right, like it's only like a Christmas thing, like kind of at the end.
Yeah.
And so when my like day-to-day experience with the show, I'm not necessarily thinking about the holiday season.
It's more medieval.
It's more medieval. It's more like fairy tale. It's
Yeah.
a fairy tale.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking of fairy tales. I'm channeling, you know, Disney. I'm channeling
Yes.
Miss Snow White and Miss Rapunzel.
Yes.
And Miss Ariel and and Miss Uliana.
Uliana, hello.
You know, to
Are you channeling Red? I
I'm
would be
channeling Red for my performance.
Yeah.
But I'm not necessarily channeling.
Are you setting it off? Are you going berserk?
I'm going berserk. I'm lighting it up like fireworks.
Okay.
But I'm not necessarily channeling Santa Claus and the elves. Ho ho ho. Merry Christmas.
Tina.
8 Lights.
Amon Dupree.
Hanukkah
Michaels.
Festival.
Davenport.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I totally get
Hanukkah
what
Lewinsky.
you mean. I totally get what you mean. So I am feeling festive after Joshmas for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
We've been up to a lot of other stuff, but I feel like we simply don't have time for that today because
I mean, the holidays are really just such a monumental experience. And it's monumental for this podcast. It's a time of reflection.
yeah. So what are you reflecting upon?
I mean, by the way, this is our 30th episode of Let's Talk About That.
God, episode 30.
That means we've been doing this for more than 6 months at this point.
Yes. And you have 30 hours of content you can consume.
30 hours of content at this point in time. And I also feel like since our last recording session, we have gained some listeners.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
We sure have.
Like, I feel like in the month that we kind of took... We didn't take a break. We were still posting, but we had kind of batched some episodes.
Yeah.
And we were kind of getting ready for this busy time.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've seen new audience members that have joined us because we had some really amazing. We had Jason Earls, we had Cosette, we had some really great guests and really funny episodes.
Yeah.
And, so what a great time to be joining us.
Yeah, thank you. If you're new here, welcome. You're part of the LTAT family.
Yes, your presence is my present. You know?
Yes, we are very happy you're here if you're new.
Yeah.
We really work hard at this and I think that's one of the things I'm the most proud of this year.
I would agree.
As we approach the holidays.
I would agree. I think that this process of doing this podcast, not to get too sappy because we do have
your last name is Saperstein.
That's true. Larry Simperstein, am I right?
Simp?
You don't know what a simp is?
What's a simp?
A simp is like someone who kind of like dotes on someone else, like it's usually like in reference to like a boy who like is really like head over heels for like a girl and like does and is kind of like soft for them, like soft, like very emotionally present.
And would you say that describes you?
No, I was just saying that like in terms of like the podcast, like I'm simping over the podcast.
Oh, okay.
It was just maybe more of a Gen Z reference than sap.
Okay.
I don't think Gen Z really uses sap as much as simp. Anyway, I digress. Because clearly this is going nowhere.
It's going absolutely nowhere.
Because I'm just being met with a blank stare.
Yeah, and many hurt feelings.
Hurt feelings?
Well, simping.
Simping?
So you simp over some girl. Who is she?
Her name is Hanukkah. I was gonna say Hanukkah Lewinsky, but that is a real person.
That is a real
That
person.
was a real drag queen, and who I don't know, so I don't want to. I'm not simping over Hanukkah Lewinsky. Anyway,
You dodged that artfully.
I think you're grilling me on something that I'm not meant to be grilled on. I wasn't prepared for this. I was just saying simping because I thought it was funny.
Okay.
I do think that this podcast is one of my proudest accomplishments of the year. Now you have the floor.
Okay, now it's my turn to talk.
Jesus. Hello, Jesus.
Jesus.
Happy
Mama.
birthday to you.
Oh, even though
Happy birthday to you.
even though your birthday historically would have been in sometime during the summer.
Isn't it crazy that like some of the biggest holidays that we celebrate in the year are actually just birthdays? Christmas, birthday for Jesus. New Year's Eve, birthday for the earth.
Well, honey, it's not really the birthday for the earth. It's the marking of passage of time.
The marking of one revolution around the sun, aka a year. So the earth makes a revolution, just like everything else.
Okay, then
what
what do you call Rosh Hashanah? What birthday is that?
The Jewish calendar birthday.
Okay,
the birthday of the Jewish
So this is
calendar.
the Caesar calendar birthday.
I guess. Can't you just go with me that it's the birthday for the earth?
No, I can't.
Well, when do you think the birthday for the earth is?
We don't know. It could have been on any day of the year, girl. And it was actually, that's not even true because the earth didn't really have a birthday. It was a giant rock that took millions and millions of years to develop into what we call the earth. So it didn't really have a birthday.
Okay, but I see that and I raise you. Human beings take 9 months to form, but then when they come out of the womb, they're birthed. So it doesn't really matter how long it
So
took
you're
for
saying the
earth
final day of the earth's formation.
birthday.
Okay.
That's when she was born, honey. That's when Earth said, "I'm here, bitches."
Oh my God. Speaking of this coming New Year's Day, a show I created makes its way into the world. Crave TV's Slaycation.
Yes.
Thank you, World of Wonder, for using that as your Christmas party theme this year.
Yes.
Really appreciate that.
I think we should keep the topic on holiday because we are doing a New Year's.
You're absolutely
episode.
right. So Larry really, I have to say,
What?
you don't have necessarily the strongest past of celebrating the holidays. And I think that's a fair statement.
I've never been more offended in my life.
What do you... Oh, please.
I've never been more insulted.
I feel very attacked.
Did you just call me a slut?
Yes, I did. But I also said that you don't have a history necessarily
That's not true.
of celebrating the holidays.
Not Christmas.
Right.
Not your Christian holiday that you force down my throat, America. I'm not going to abide by all your Christian values all the time.
I understand that, but
And I don't think I should be judged for not celebrating
But you
your
also-
Christian holiday. I have my own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 nights of lights, honey.
honey, I'm also Jewish.
I know.
Okay, so
But
let's
you have a
remember that.
general disdain for Hanukkah, and you don't think it's as magical as Christmas.
That's not true.
That's your attitude.
I do not have a
That's
distinct.
the attitude that you present.
What do you mean?
You're like, oh, but Christmas, it's so magical. We put up the lights on the tree and we put up the ornaments. That's a whole separate day, putting up the ornaments
What
on
am
the
I,
tree.
Judy fucking Garland?
Yeah, you have a transatlantic
What's happening
accent.
here?
That's a whole separate jolly day, putting up the ornaments on the tree, and then everybody gathers around and we sip hot cocoa and we sing Christmas carols, and then we look at the presents under the tree and we say, oh, goody, goody.
And we turn on the radio so that we can hear FDR doing
then-
his nightly fireside chat.
And then we all talk about how wonderful of a president Ronald Reagan was.
Yes.
Jesus. I have my own customs and traditions.
Honey, can you let me fucking explain what I mean? Jesus Christ, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
You have the floor.
You don't even celebrate Hanukkah, bitch.
Yes, I do.
Oh my God. Just lighting a menorah by yourself in a house is not celebrating Hanukkah.
I think if you say the prayers and you light the menorah,
No.
You're
You
celebrating.
don't understand holiday celebration.
bull.
You don't.
shit.
You truly don't. And you don't understand how important the holidays are, I think, to a lot of people.
Okay.
And how special it is, like, compared to any other time of the year. Like, it is a time of people gathering, coming together, celebrating each other, celebrating their love for each other, and celebrating, like, that they've made it through a year, because every year is tougher than the last.
Retweet if you agree. Because I feel like
Larry, you don't get the holidays.
Re-skeet.
Yeah, you don't get the holidays, girl. You just don't. And I don't think, and I don't think it's your fault. But I don't think that you had a history of celebrating.
I think that the reason for that is that I had a loving family that I was always with.
Yes, you did, but
And I don't think that should be made to make me feel bad.
but I'm
I
not.
don't think that should be spun
But
as
I'm
a
not
negative.
sitting here trying to make you feel bad, honey. I'm just trying to make you understand how important the holidays are to other people. It's
you.
a very special time of year.
Well, just because I don't celebrate the way that some people think I should celebrate does not mean that I don't have my own customs and traditions.
Okay, so name your customs and name them.
All right, name them. Name them.
Name them. Name them.
All right, so
Name them.
All right, so
Name them.
I'm trying to.
Name
You just
'em.
let me talk.
Name them. Name them. Name them. We're so stupid.
It's been a. Can I just say,
What?
before we go too far into this,
Yeah.
that 1 year ago, I was not invested in the Real Housewives franchise, not even a little bit.
Yes,
And
you were. A year ago?
No, because 1 year ago we were at the World of Wonder holiday party, and I made a complete fool out of myself in front
Oh.
of David Silver and Trixie Mattel because they
yes,
were
you
talking
did.
about the Real Housewives of New York City, and I thought they were just talking about New York City.
Yes,
As a
you
city,
did.
I thought they were just talking about New York, and I was like, "Oh, I love New York in the winter."
David and I were looking at you like, what?
Yeah, and you did not take my side. You didn't defend
Well,
me.
honey, we were clearly talking about the housewives. You didn't hear me say Dorinda, Sonia.
No, I didn't. I came in
Ramona?
mid-conversation. I said, "What are you talking about?" And you both looked at me and you said, "New York."
Oh, please. Like, you're at a gay function and someone says, what are you talking about? And they say New York, and you don't think it's the Real Housewives
Gays
of
love
New York.
New York.
You don't think it's
Gays
Roni?
love New York
No,
City.
only the Broadway gays that you know.
No.
That's it. You're in a
Gays,
very small
there's
bubble.
Many,
You're in a
many
very
gays,
small bubble.
Many gays
No.
that love New York
No,
City.
every gay in LA hates New York City.
That's not true.
Every single one.
That's not
Every single one in Los Angeles hates New York
That's
City.
not true.
It is true. It is 100%
I know
true.
plenty of gays in LA.
And if you're at a gay function and people say we're talking about New York, there's only two possible things we could be talking about. One, the Real Housewives of New York, and two, New York Tiffany Pollard.
Yeah, Tiffany New York Pollard. Ah! I hate gay people.
Okay, name them. Your traditions and customs.
Okay, well, every year
Name 'em.
my family and I used to do the there was a tree lighting ceremony that we would do.
Okay.
At a place called the Bayard Cutting Arboretum, which I
Yes,
took
correct.
you to.
Yes, correct.
And it was beautiful, like park, like not too far from my place. With like it was an old like estate, whatever. You
Yeah.
know, there's like a lot of those in the world, like especially in America, like old estates that are turned into like parks. You know,
Especially in America, there's old estates.
there's all the states. In America, there's all those states, honey. 50. Maybe 51 if DC becomes a state.
Oh God. Puerto Rico, honey.
Yeah, it's not a state, but so we would do that.
Yeah.
So they would have this Christmas tree lighting, and my family would sing. We would always sing. We were the Von Sapps. Boom! The Von Sapps, bitch! The Von Sapps.
I
Bitch.
am gagged.
Bitch.
Not the Von
The Von Sapps.
Didn't they all die?
No. They made
Oh.
it to Switzerland.
I thought only like 2 of them made it to Switzerland.
Well, they're all dead now.
Julie Andrews and one of the other bitch.
No.
bitches,
The whole
right?
family makes it to Switzerland.
Oh, they all make it.
At the end of the film?
Oh, I don't remember. I saw it like 15 years ago.
Honey,
What?
we have to like re-up your musical theater education. Because today you just told me that you haven't seen Cats in like over a decade.
That's true.
We just have to watch some musical theater content because
Okay, but-
Wicked can't be your only frame of reference.
Wicked is not my only frame of reference. I also saw Once Upon a Mattress
Yeah,
the other day
exactly.
again.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I have plenty of frames of reference, girl. I know.
Okay.
I know
Name
my
'em.
musical theater.
Name them. Name 'em.
Phantom. I know. I remember the entire thing of Phantom. I remember
Okay.
the entire West Side Story. I remember all of Hamilton. I remember all of. Let's see. I'm like racking my brain for different things.
Mm-hmm.
I remember all of Mamma Mia.
Mm-hmm.
I remember all of Hello Dolly.
Uh-huh.
I remember all of what are some other ones that I've seen? There's
know.
there's a lot.
We're going to see Death Becomes Her
I
in
know.
just a few weeks.
We'll talk about that at a future time.
So
Okay, Von Traps.
Yeah. Well, so back on this though, there were a lot of holidays where I was actually like doing shows. Like 2 or 3 years of my childhood were, I would say I can recall.
Okay, so that's
3.
not a tradition.
But it was like it became like part of my life. Like part of something I would expect was that like I would be doing like a holiday show. Like I did Miracle on 34th Street. I think it was 2 years in a row during the holiday season. And like 1 year when I did Oliver as a kid, that was also like during the holiday season. So it was like all during Hanukkah, Christmas,
Right.
into the new year.
Right, but that's not a tradition. You did that for 2 or 3 years.
It was a tradition for those 2 or 3 years.
Okay, but I'm talking about your traditions and customs that you do every year of your life.
Bitch, I don't have those.
See, exactly. This is exactly what I was saying,
But
Larry.
I don't think that has anything to do with the holidays. That just means I don't really have traditions. I don't really have
Larry,
traditions, though.
I
just don't really have any traditions.
But that was the whole point of what I was saying, Larry. And we spent so long on it. You were saying, oh, no, I shouldn't be blamed for this. I should be blamed for that. Oh, Jacob is so stupid and ugly and fat.
I never said that. I never said that. I never said you were fat.
I literally was saying that you don't have a grasp of holiday traditions. That's all I was saying.
Well, look, we got an hour to fill, so I have to fight you on something.
Oh my God. We'll be back with more Let's Talk About That right after this. And we're back.
Yeah.
Okay, so holiday traditions are very important. First of all,
All right.
Hanukkah and Christmas, okay? 2 very important holidays to me.
Yeah.
And you have professed me a Hanukkah hater, but that is completely untrue, as evidenced by the size small pajama pants I am currently wearing that are Hanukkah themed.
Show them off.
And I just want to let the people know that I now fit into a size small
T.
pant.
T.
So thank you.
Speak your truth.
I've been working out hard
Yeah,
lately.
you have.
Every day I've really been hitting it.
Yes,
And I hope
and I'm
it
very
starts
proud
to
of you.
show.
It is.
It is showing?
Yeah.
Oh, you never tell me.
Well, now the cameras are rolling. Now the cameras are rolling, so if I don't say anything, I seem like an asshole.
Okay. Well, guess what? You're doing a pretty good job of looking like an asshole yourself. I love you.
You grab my finger. Holding space.
Yeah, I'm holding
space
for
for. You know what? I
Wait,
am
so it
holding
is
space.
showing that I've been working out?
I think, yeah.
You think?
I mean, it's hard to really tell because it's like you're not weighing yourself, so you don't have that numeric.
But it's not about your weight. It's about whether you look skinnier.
You said that I look skinnier, and I don't even believe
You do
that
look
I
skinnier.
look skinnier.
You do.
Like, and I'm looking at myself every day, and I look at you every day too. So
Yeah.
I don't really know what my point was there.
Yeah. So my point is that is it showing or not?
I mean, you're in a size small pant.
That's not showing.
Okay,
It's visual.
I did look at a picture from like a couple months ago, and I did.
I feel like I'm going insane today on this podcast.
No, I'm answering your question.
Okay.
You're not giving me the space. You're
Okay.
not.
I'm
you're
gonna hold
not
space
holding
for you.
space for me.
I'm gonna hold space for you. I'm holding space.
I did look at a picture from a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And I did think you look. We both looked bigger in that photo. I did think we
Bigger?
I think that we look smaller now than in that
Okay.
photo that was taken in like October.
Okay.
So T.
All right. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I guess.
So, you know.
So it's showing.
All right. So tell me about your traditions.
Well, tradition. Anyway, lots of traditions. My God. Well, first of all, we used to have, and I think I mentioned this in our birthday episode. We used to have a Hanukkah party for all of my extended family, and I have Orthodox Jewish cousins.
Yes.
And that big Hanukkah party would be like 40 people. Like,
Wow.
well, because there were a lot of kids, and we talked about that.
Yeah.
But like that was like a big deal every year. Like,
Would you like dance around the menorah?
we
Grab
would not,
hands
but
and sing.
it was like the only time of the year that like all of us
Do you play dreidel?
saw each other. Yeah,
Big,
of course.
big game of dreidel?
Of course we would. And my cousins, I don't want to say too much, but they had a very lovely home that had an elevator in it.
Oh, you would go to their home.
Yeah.
Work.
And they had like rooms of things that are fun for kids. What I mean?
It was like one of those parties where you were like, you enter the house and you're like, bye mom, see you in 3 hours.
Yes.
And then you like would go, you go into the
Yes.
elevator, push the button, go down to the
Yes.
basement, opens up.
Yeah.
There's a roller coaster.
That's what it was.
Like it was like
That's what it was.
bowling alley.
Yeah.
Freaking,
Yeah.
Xbox.
Yeah. It was
table.
fierce Tina.
That's actually really fun.
It was.
I kind of want that.
It was fierce Tina. And we would have the absolute best time at that every year. And everyone would, and then we'd all sit, like everybody there would sit in one room, like a big room, and everyone would open presents from youngest to oldest.
Interesting.
So like that in itself took like over an hour every time.
This is actually a really interesting idea for like a play, or maybe a play, like the kids room,
Yeah.
or like teens of like an event happening where like all the kids are in the room, and then like the party is happening like upstairs.
Yeah.
But you never see that. You just see like maybe one parent coming down and being like, hey, it's time for blah, blah, and then like going back.
Yeah.
But then like there's its own story happening like in the basement, or like in the like kids room. That's like an interesting idea, an interesting concept for like a movie or a play or something.
What? Focusing on one location?
Well, they're like, but it's not the central location of the, like, it's the ancillary location. It's like the kids are just told to go in the basement.
Yeah.
But you never see the house. You just see
The
the basement. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Well, that gets tough with child casting because there's so many rules.
Well, yeah, it doesn't have to be. It could be teens. It could be about teens instead of children. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah, I get that. But anyway, we would do that every year. And that was like a big tradition for the Hanukkah stuff. And so, as we've mentioned on this podcast, my mother is Jewish. My father is Christian.
Yes.
And I'm neither. But I lean towards the Jewish heritage. For sure. But that means we would also celebrate Christmas every year. And a big part of Christmas celebration is setting up the tree. It takes, you wrap the lights. We have tons of custom ornaments that I'm very excited to show you one day. And like fun things that I made when I was like in second grade, Now that I think about that, at public school, I was making ornaments for a Christmas tree. That is not separation of church and state, honey.
Right. That's shoving your Christian tradition down my throat.
Yes, it certainly is.
Grooming.
I know.
It's grooming.
Now that I think about it, it really is.
It's grooming.
It really, really is. But anyway, they had us doing that in like first grade. So I want to show you all those. And some of them have my like cute little picture on it and stuff.
Yeah.
All
Could
that
you
stuff.
imagine if they had people make their own like gay flags in
uproar.
freaking June?
Uproar.
But I could be making ornaments left and right.
I know.
When I was, oh my gosh.
It's so hypocritical.
Can I share a story?
Yeah.
When I was in, I think it was elementary school, they would have a Christmas boutique. Did they ever do this at your school?
Yes.
They would have
a little holiday shop.
Yes. And
shop
you
with
would, like,
SHOPPE.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you would go, and it was kind of like, it was very supervised, but my understanding, my memory of it is a little foggy, but my understanding is that like it would be like different.
Why?
Like,
Were you just hammered the entire time?
no, I was 6. I was 6. So my understanding is that there would be like these different vendors or whatever that would like come and sell different like items, you know, cheap kind of schlocky items that would be like $2, and you would like.
This sounds like your dream.
Yeah. No, seriously. Can I go? But now I can go to those whenever I want.
Cheap $2 gifts is your sweet spot, honey.
Yeah. Yes. You got a whole package of them for the holidays.
I know.
This year.
I can't wait.
Just one $2 gift after another.
I know.
And one year my mother called to complain because there were not enough Hanukkah
Yes,
gifts.
bitch. That is what I'm talking about.
By not enough, I mean likely no Hanukkah gifts.
We need activists on the correct side, and that your mother is.
Yeah, and so, or maybe I could be getting this story wrong. It could have also been that it was called a Christmas boutique, and she wanted it to be called a holiday boutique.
Okay, word.
Because not everyone celebrates Christmas.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
And-
Especially in Long Island, a lot of Jews.
Wait, oh my gosh. I'm remembering actually correctly what it was.
Okay.
The Christmas boutique happened after Hanukkah. The holiday boutique happened after Hanukkah was already over.
Okay.
And she was upset because she was like, my son was everyone else's children were able to buy presents like for their family at this boutique, and because you people scheduled it after, you should have done it a week or two earlier.
Yeah,
that way it could be inclusive for everyone that celebrates different holidays at different times.
That's
what it was.
That's fierce. I actually remember we had the exact same thing because I remember buying my mom like a ruby necklace at one of
yes
and they absolutely had that in the schools.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad your mother stood up for that. That is such an important thing to me.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with it, but I do remember that is
good for her.
What happened. Yeah.
Anyway, celebrating Christmas and Christmas traditions. So then there's putting the ornaments on. We set up the stockings. And that's always like a thing, and decorate the house with the nutcrackers and play like holiday music. There was one year I was really obsessed with Justin Bieber's Christmas album, and I made them play it over and over again.
Why were you obsessed with Justin Bieber's Christmas album?
Well, it was 2012 and I was a gay boy.
So you thought he was dreamy?
Of course I did, with that windswept hair.
I was never into Justin Bieber. I never thought he was dreamy.
Who were you into?
Hillary Duff.
Like sexually?
I don't think I was really into anyone sexually. I can't really think of any.
Like who? Like did you have crushes like on like celebrity?
Honestly, David Henry.
Really? Friend of the pod, David Henry?
Like friend of the pod, David Henry.
Oh, that's the last time you ever talked to him.
I know, right? I mean, I think like I wouldn't say that I was sitting there being like, I love David Henry. But I think that like if I had to look back at it now and think about like who is awakening me. David Henry could have been one of them.
Interesting. Okay.
But also I'm bisexual, so I was.
I know.
I was, I was in love with Miranda Cosgrove. In love with Miranda Cosgrove.
So by proxy, you were in love with Michael Jackson.
What?
Because she looks exactly like Michael Jackson.
Miranda Cosgrove does not look
yes,
like
she
Michael
does.
Jackson.
She looks exactly
No, she
like,
does not.
She looks like Michael Jackson.
No,
Larry.
she does not.
She does.
Oh my gosh! One time I remember
after this we're gonna pull up comparison photos of Miranda Cosgrove and Michael Jackson.
One time I remember I was at my friend's house. This guy, and I'm not gonna name his name, but we were also
name him.
No. We were like probably in 6th grade.
Yeah.
And I was in love with Miranda Cosgrove, and he was in love with Jeanette McCurdy. Like, from iCarly,
okay.
Right? And so I remember that he and Jeanette McCurdy had like a song or something that came out. And I remember that he like pulled up the song on YouTube, and it was like a picture of Jeanette McCurdy like over the song, and he like kissed the screen. Like he like leaned in and like kissed the screen of Jeanette McCurdy.
Yeah, because you never did anything embarrassing in your youth.
No, I was just sitting there playing The Sims while my parents fought.
Reg.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that is hilarious. Anyway, I was obsessed with Justin Bieber when I was like in 6th grade or whatever. That was when he was like hot, was when we were like in 6th grade, I think. And I remember a whole group, like we went to go see the Never Say Never movie. Do you remember that? Remember they released a movie in theaters?
No.
Justin Bieber, Never Say Never.
I know the song, but I don't know.
And it was like
a
documentary of his career. I guess it left out all the horrible things.
I mean, his career up to that point.
Right. It left out all the, horrible abuses.
I don't know if those
suffering.
horrible things had happened yet.
I think they had. It was like him getting into it because he'd already done the Usher, which means like it was post P. Diddy.
Okay.
All that. But we went to see the movie, and I was obsessed with his Christmas album, and so I made them play the Christmas album while we were decorating for Christmas. But
and your father was like, what is my life?
I know. I will say a big tradition on Christmas every year, we would go to Trenton, New Jersey, and volunteer in the soup kitchen in Trenton. We would do that every year.
Can I just for the audience and the listeners here, I want everyone to rewind to about 30 minutes ago when I was doing the mid-Atlantic accent thing about your holiday.
Yeah.
And then I want you to play this section of the clip, and I want you to understand what I was referencing, and I want you to really think long and hard about whether or not that reference was such a stretch. Because now I'm hearing the story, and it sounds like exactly what I said before.
Okay, so here's the tea, Larry, is that what you don't realize, like your little bubble, is that most of the world has these traditions that they do every year.
You know, every week is just another week for you to ostracize me and
No,
make me
it's
feel
not
like
to
I don't
ostracize
have
you.
traditions and
I'm
that
trying
not
to
part. You
open-
tell me everyone hates musical theater.
Oh my
You tell
God.
me everyone hates the things that I like.
Do, 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 do.
No, keep going.
Do. Oh, sorry. Am I back?
Yeah, you have the
Okay.
floor.
Yeah, because that's really panned out in the past times you've said that. No, I'm trying to tell you about these important holiday traditions that a lot, if not most, of people have, and so that you can now be incorporated into them, because as we are joining families here and you're becoming my family and I'm becoming your family, I would like you to be a participant in holiday traditions.
I'm a participant whether I like it or not. Here I am participating.
Jesus.
Can I tell you my tradition?
Yeah, is it farting?
No.
Oh, because
Give me
that's something you do every year.
Give me a W. Give me an I. Give me a Z. Give me an A. Give me an R. Give me a D. Give me a 101. Wizard 101. Wizard 101. That's what I would do during the holiday break. I would play Wizard 101. That was my tradition.
That's great for you, Larry.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to hear that you had some tradition.
Yeah.
I'm not taking digs at you, sweetheart.
Feels like it.
I'm not. I'm just
Feels
telling
like
you
diggy.
about
Feels very diggish.
Okay, well, first of all,
Okay, I have a tradition
okay,
too,
well,
though.
hold on. Well, first of all, you asked, okay, what were your traditions?
Yeah, but I didn't
And
ask.
so then
I
I
didn't ask for you to be like, this is what you don't realize, that everyone else has family and love and celebration and they all spread cheer and you are an evil, evil, soulless, lonely man with no traditions.
Well, that's not true. You're not soulless.
Yeah. But I'm evil. No, I do have a tradition actually.
Yeah.
I would get Chinese food with we had like these family friends.
There you go.
And pretty much every Christmas Eve,
Yeah.
we would go and have Chinese food. Their family, the Oshers, who you know,
Yes.
and we're still friends with them. And we would basically every Christmas Eve. I mean, they're not Jewish. They were Christian, and a lot of times I would celebrate Christmas with them. Like I would go
well,
to their
hallelujah,
house,
Larry. You do have a tradition.
and
getting
like
Chinese
that's where I
food.
learned like what white elephant was. By the way,
Oh my!
we'll come back.
God.
We'll come back to that. Just 1 second. Let me finish this thought, and then
Okay.
we need to get into that.
Yeah.
But that's where I learned what white elephant was, and like they had the most like beautiful tree. Also, when I was really little, we had these neighbors, and I would go over to their house and decorate the tree with them. Decorate their tree. That happened a few years. But yeah, the Oshers was dinner, Chinese food dinner on Christmas Eve. With the Oshers was the longest standing tradition. We would get a poo-poo platter. You know poo-poo platter?
I know your poo-poo platter.
Yeah. I mean, I make poo-poo platters every day.
You
but-
sure do.
No, poo-poo platter. Oh my gosh. Okay, actually, you probably wouldn't really like them because
Why wouldn't I like them?
Well, you would like. So it's like.
I like Chinese food.
No, I know, but there was pineapple on it.
Oh,
So-
yeah, it's not that I wouldn't like it. It
Yeah,
would, it would kill me.
But it wouldn't. You could get around the pineapple. Like you didn't necessarily
Okay, I
have
don't trust that. Get around the pineapple.
like okay, it was like a skewer kind of plate, and there was like a heater in the middle, like a flame, and then it was like different kinds of meats and stuff, and like egg rolls and dumplings and different kinds, and you would like use the skewer and then like heat it up and then eat it. That was the poo-poo platter. But one of the things was pineapple, and so we would like grill the pineapple.
Yeah. No. I would die.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
But I loved it.
I did like. Side note. I did like the fondue place we went to in Salt Lake
The
City.
melting pot.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah, it's a chain. Many
Oh, it
people-
is. Okay.
Yeah, it's a big chain.
I didn't know
I
that.
told you that. I told you I went to the melting pot for my birthday one year when I was younger.
I thought you. I thought when you said you went for your birthday that you went like when you were filming High School Musical.
No. I
in
went for my
Salt Lake
birthday when
City.
I was like 11.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a big chain.
I
Big chain.
didn't know that. I just.
Yeah. Something you didn't know. Something you didn't experience. You know what else you didn't know?
Oh, God.
White elephant.
That's true. I did not know about White Elephant.
Okay.
You want to tell us about it?
Okay, so we went to this holiday party and we played White Elephant and we won major. We won major.
I actually feel kind of bad
through
because
the power of teamwork. We won major.
and let me tell you the person who unfortunately
he's never talking to you again.
He hates me.
Yeah,
And it was all your fault.
it wasn't my fault.
Oh yeah, you were the one who made the move that made him hate me.
Honey, if I didn't do that, you would hate me.
Yes.
It's his fault.
It is his
Because
fault, but
he stole the back and neck massager.
Okay, so here's the tea.
Should I go get the back and neck massager while you tell the beginning of this story?
So here's the tea.
I'm
right?
gonna get it. You tell the beginning of this
I'm
story.
telling the beginning of the story. So we were playing White Elephant, and it was a $25 maximum White Elephant. But it was a lot like that episode of The Office where they play White Elephant and Michael buys an iPad or iPod Touch for The Office. And one person bought this premium leather neck and back automated heating massager, which was one of the White Elephant gifts.
Definitely.
Can you believe?
Definitely more than $25.
Absolutely more than $25.
By the way, have used it? Heavenly.
Oh my God, it's fantastic.
Fierce.
But the story of hold for sound. But the story of us getting this neck and back massager was a harrowing tale.
Yeah, well, okay. I mean, I feel like most people know White Elephant, but in case you don't, you have the opportunity to steal the present.
You can either open a new one or steal a present that
Right.
somebody's already opened.
So like one person takes a gift, you like go around different ways of determining. Some people do like youngest person to oldest person, oldest to youngest. We did it where like we picked numbers out of a hat,
yeah.
and then it was like we went in number
I was
order.
second to last.
Yours, I was second.
Yeah.
I was number 2. Jeremy
Right.
was number 1.
And I was number 10.
So and Jeremy was the first one to
Jerome,
get
our producer.
Yeah, was the first one to get the massager.
Yes.
And then you stole it from him when
Right.
it was your turn.
Right.
And then this other guy stole it from you.
Yes.
But he was last.
He was
He was the last one to go. So that means there was still one present unclaimed, and you still had the opportunity to steal. Like you were now
Right.
empty-handed.
Right.
And basically, I was like, can Jacob steal it back because it's the last turn? And the like literal host was like, Jacob can't steal it back, but you can steal. Jacob can steal your present, and then you can steal it. And bitch, that's what we did.
And that's what we did.
And that's what we did.
And guess who's sitting here with a luxury deluxe leather back and neck massager that's heated and comes with different settings.
It's me.
It's
Hi.
me.
I'm the problem. It's me. That's
Well,
us.
I'm not a problem. I'm a solution.
Yeah. No, he shouldn't have started shit.
No, I don't know why
Because
he was starting
it had one steal left.
And bitch,
he
I was
had
sitting
to
there.
know.
I had
He
chronic
to know.
anxiety, panic disorder, all of these things.
Yeah.
And I made that very clear. And he decides to steal the fucking neck and back massager. No.
I mean, just from a gameplay perspective, it's bad strategy because it
Yeah.
had one steal left, and obviously we were gonna steal it back.
Of course we were.
You know what I mean? And so
Anyway, he did not
he
speak
was
to me
really upset.
after that for the
But
remainder of the party.
I don't feel bad at all. He started it. He started it because he stole it
he
from
was
you.
staring me down with evil eyes the rest of that party. I was
Yeah.
very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though it was your fault, like you were the one, I'm not assigning.
Jacob.
I'm not assigning I don't mean like fault, like you did something wrong. Like you were the one who stole it back. Like if there was someone to be mad at, it would have been you.
Yeah, but I just want to say, Jacob,
Yeah.
you know, and you can't even hide this as the truth,
Yeah.
that if I didn't do that, you would be furious with
Of
me.
course I would.
You would have been so angry
Of
with
course
me.
I would. And in fact, you know what? I commend you because you protected this family.
Yes.
you stood up for our family.
Exactly.
And I absolutely.
And no one is going to steal my honey's back and neck massager.
Hello.
No one.
Hello.
You deserve it.
Thank you.
Because you know what? That guy has not felt your back nor your neck.
No.
He does not know how tense you are in the back
true.
and neck.
I have a lot of back and neck issues. It's true.
And so
My God,
I
we
knew.
We went to the chiropractor a few months ago, and it
Yeah.
was like the best thing of my life.
I know. We really should go back, but it's not covered by your insurance.
I know. It's so stupid. It literally helped me so much. you
Yeah.
know? Insurance is stupid.
Yeah, I know.
Death to all of
Yeah.
them.
Well.
Oh, can't say that anymore. Whoops.
Anyway, so that was one holiday party. But White Elephant wound up being such a fun game.
Yeah, the tables
I don't know
were
if it would have been as
turning.
fun if we didn't win. But really, when you put this, we put our heads together.
Yeah.
I mean, really, we have to give credit where credit is due. Jeremy also,
Jerome.
was part of that
Yes.
because he got the neck massager in the first place,
Right.
and then you stole it,
Right.
and then it remained.
But
in our
I could
family.
steal it knowing that it would still be kept in the, in our zeitgeist.
Yeah, anytime Jerome wants to use the back and neck massager, he can. For a small
Right,
fee.
of course, for 50 cents on Venmo. Yeah.
For a small fee. Only a small fee. And then we went to Joshmas, which, by the way, we went on the trampoline.
Oh my God, we did go on Josh's trampoline.
I have not been on a trampoline in a very long time.
I was delighted
Yeah.
by that trampoline.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me want to put a trampoline right here in my living room
Okay, well, we're not
In the
going to do
studio.
that because
my hair will get caught in the fan.
no, because my head will be decapitated by
Yeah.
the fan that is above us.
But I was also nervous that 5 adults on the trampoline that we were going to break it.
I was too. I was a little worried about the weight limit when you got on.
Yeah. Right.
We were bouncing with our producer Jerome and our last guest Cosette.
Yeah. When you double bounced me, I went very high, honey.
Yes, yeah. You
You came over.
you launched into the air.
This was me.
And then when you came back down, I caught you gently in my arms,
Right.
kissed you, and laid you
There was a
down.
really fun moment where we were bouncing together.
And holding hands.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun.
And then
I did
Cosette was
that.
like, Jeremy, we should bounce together.
I
And was
know.
like,
How about that? Jerome and Cosette,
the
honey.
heat of the moment.
Let's not. Let's not do that on this
I'm
podcast.
sorry.
But we did have fun jumping on we did a lot of, that was like, it was a fun party, but it was like, we were in so many different locations throughout that party. Like first we were sitting on the couch with Tim.
Yeah.
Then we were in the bathroom.
I mean, separately at
Yes.
separate times.
Yes. Then we were in the kitchen.
We did
we were in
have
the
a moment
den.
by the snack table.
We had a moment by the snack table. Then we were in the den.
Yeah.
Then we were out on the porch.
Yeah. Then we were on the roof.
Then we were on the roof.
Then we were back down in the living room at the photo booth.
Then we were on the trampoline.
Then we were on the trampoline.
I mean, like we were all over the place.
Yeah,
Like we
yeah.
were truly all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
We're gonna
listen,
get Chinese food this year on Christmas. Chinese food is actually
Well, we're
can't
getting it on Christmas Eve, right?
Yeah, because why? It's my what? What's the word, Jacob?
Tradition.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
Don't come for me or my traditions.
that seems to be the only one because you neglected to tell me about that one and kept
I
saying
kinda forgot.
and actually continually throughout this episode said you didn't have any traditions.
I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I remembered.
So pinning that on me, honey, is not the way to go. Mm-hmm. We should have made the fucking light panel that's behind you Christmas lights for this episode.
I didn't think of that.
Well, we'll do next week for our New Year's episode. We'll
yeah.
do
Are there
it.
New Year's colors?
I think like
Gold.
gold
It's like
and
gold
gold
and
blue,
black.
gold blue and black.
Gold and blue is Hanukkah.
No, Hanukkah is white and blue.
No, it's
Yes.
gold and blue.
When you get the plastic dreidels for Hanukkah, what colors are they? They're blue and they're white.
Yeah, but look at your slippers. Gold, white, and blue.
Okay, but look at my pants. Let me raise you my pants. White, blue.
Okay, but look at
silver.
Okay, but what are the colors for
I would say generally it's silver, white, and blue.
gold? Gold is 100 because the gelt.
Okay, that's the only part of Hanukkah that's gold, though, sweetheart.
No, like people have gold menorahs. You know, when you
Okay.
get candles,
Well,
sometimes
I have
they're
a
blue,
silver
white.
menorah, so
I mean, what are colors for holidays?
whatever.
The only reason that Christmas is red is because of Coca-Cola. Christmas was never red before Coca-Cola.
true.
It's all capitalism bullshit.
It is. It's,
You know what I
it's
mean?
It's a very commercial holiday that has
Yeah.
nothing to do with the religion.
Yeah, keep Christ
none-
in Christmas.
And you know what? All those people who say that, by the way,
yeah.
are the same people spreading hate.
Yeah.
When the message.
All those people who say that are the first person to go to the freaking Walmart and buy a 15 6-packs of Coca-Cola for their Christmas celebration and then show up at their house and be like, Merry Christmas, and not even realizing that the only reason that Christmas is red is because of Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know exactly what you're saying.
They're the ones that don't realize that it's actually all about capitalism.
It's all
and
about
they shouldn't be
capitalism.
blaming the Jews. They should be blaming the capitalists.
And they shouldn't be homophobic.
yeah.
They
And by the
shouldn't
way,
be
fuck you,
transphobic.
Hobby Lobby,
Yeah, fuck you, Hobby Lobby.
for not having any Hanukkah things.
Did we go to Hobby Lobby?
No, I just know that they don't have any Hanukkah things. That's
Oh.
like a thing about Hobby Lobby. They're very anti-Semitic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
The White Elephant party that we went to was very multicultural.
It sure was.
It was very 50-50.
Yeah.
Hanukkah, Christmas.
And you know what? We'll post some photos from that from Joshmas on our Insta at Let's Talk About That pod.
Yeah.
After this. So there you go.
Real quick before we wrap up.
Yeah.
How much did you like your birthday presents that I got you?
Oh my God, I loved my birthday presents.
Yeah.
You got me a premium denim jacket
Yes.
from the Wicked collection.
Yes, I did.
It is green. It is
Yes, I
gorgeous.
did.
I love it, and I've worn it like 4 times already.
Mhm. And it looks great on
I
you.
wore it to Joshmas last
You
night.
did.
There
You
you
did.
go. And you got me a Lawrence the Cat poster.
Yes, I did. Handmade, honey.
Yes, he photoshopped Lawrence the Cat's face onto Link.
Yes.
And wrote the legend of Lawrence, Cat of My Dreams.
The Legend of Lawrence, Cat of My Dreams.
Yes.
So.
Which was fantastic and is currently hanging in the living room.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And how was your birthday celebration?
It was good. We ended up going mini golfing.
Yes, very fun.
With friends, including one of our previous guests on this podcast, Dave Morey.
Yes.
He was there for mini golf. Got me a wonderful gift, by the way. Sweetest
Yes.
human being. And we went to dinner at a fabulous new place.
Fabulous Italian restaurant.
We-
Had the most delicious bread.
We found a fantastic, delicious Italian restaurant in LA, and we're not.
Guido's. Oh.
Fuck, honey! I didn't want people to know.
Oh, yes, because I'm sure us saying it now is going to be ruining the secret.
Well, it kind of was a secret. It was kind of like
We
a
found
hidden
it on a
gem.
list that said best birthday restaurants in LA.
But honey,
It was the second thing that came up on
it was
Google.
a hidden gem. There weren't that many people there, and it was absolutely
true.
fantastic.
And we will be going back, and we will be
sure
giving them our
will.
business
But
again.
now people will know where we are at a given time.
I know. It's going to be so hard. We might get paparazzi'd.
Yeah, we'll definitely go back there. It was delicious. And then I saw Wicked on my birthday.
And you said it's the best production of Wicked you've ever seen.
I didn't say that.
Oh.
I said it was way better than the production we saw on Broadway in February, for sure.
Okay.
The best production of it I've ever seen was with Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth.
Right, but you were 3.
I was not
5.
3.
You were
I was
5.
6.
6.
So
Okay.
clock that T.
Yeah.
But it was a fantastic production. The alphabet was fabulous. I'm sure they'll send it to Broadway.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everyone was actually like trying. It wasn't robotic the way
Right.
it was on Broadway. And they all really cared. And because, the Pantages is such a better theater than any theater in New York City, the crowd reception was like way better, like to all
Sure.
of the numbers, because there's over 1,000 people more that were there than at any production of it in New York.
That's not over 1,000.
Yeah,
No,
over
no, no.
1,000.
It's only about 500 more.
No, it's about 1,000 more, sweetheart.
No, because the Pantages is 2,000 people and the Gershwin is 1,600.
No, it's like 2,399 seats at the Pantages.
Okay, so
basically 1,000.
700.
800. Yes, 800. So anyway, that made the reception larger for all of the numbers. Such a stupid argument to have on this podcast.
Well, what if we got nothing but time to have stupid arguments here. Let's talk about that.
That's true.
And Thanksgiving was also lovely, by the way.
Yes, we did talk about that on a previous episode that we had Thanksgiving. It was great. I posted pictures of that for that episode, I think, of the Thanksgiving table and all of that.
Well, it was fabulous.
It was fabulous.
Wonderful.
And Hoda's last hurrah really paid off.
Yeah, Hoda did have her last hurrah,
Yeah.
and it hurrahed.
Do you have any final thoughts on the holiday season?
What's your favorite Christmas carol?
Like song, you mean?
Christmas song, yeah.
Because there's...
Right, not carol, not
Because
carol.
A Christmas Carol, there's 18 versions of that, and I've seen a lot of them.
I mean, like, what's your favorite Christmas song?
It's probably Christmas time is here.
Really?
Happiness and cheer.
I think that my favorite is Last Christmas. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Why? That's a sad one.
Well, it's actually hopeful. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special.
But you gave your heart to me last year.
Well, so I can't sing that song this year because it's not relevant. But I think it's a beautiful song. Also, shameless plug, go listen to the High School Musical, the series holiday album because it slaps.
Or shameless plug, go listen to your Hanukkah song.
I don't know if that's anywhere on the internet.
Oh, I thought on Spotify you had a Hanukkah song up.
No, I did write a Hanukkah song called "Go On, Have Your Holiday."
Yeah.
But
that's not available?
No, it's not.
Oh.
I don't really know why.
Put it on YouTube.
I don't have a video of it.
Just make a fucking lyric video. It'll take 3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I need to get like a better recording of it.
What do you mean a better recording of it?
I don't have a recording of it.
I have heard it.
Go On, Have Your Holiday?
Yes.
Or the not quite Christmas one that I did.
No, the Go On, Have Your Holiday. Go on, have your holiday.
Yeah, I have like a somewhat decent one. Maybe we'll talk about it.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
If you want to listen to those.
Yeah. What's your favorite holiday memory?
Favorite holiday memory is being with you.
That was the right answer. I see that look in your eyes, which means it's time for us to say goodbye. The look of my
smile.
Which means it's time for us to say goodbye because I really can't do this anymore.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. And come back next week for our New Year's episode.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Let's Talk About That Pod and watch us on YouTube at Let's Talk About That Pod.
Yeah, and if you want to send us a holiday wish, a holiday email, you can email us at letstalkaboutthatpod@gmail.com.
There you go. So see you next year for the New Year's extravaganza, or next week for the New Year's.
I think it comes out before the New Year.
There are New Year's Eve extravaganza with special guest Jerome. Our producer Jerome.
You're just laying it all out there.
That's right. Our producer Jerome will be here next week as our final guest of the year on the podcast, and we absolutely cannot wait for that.
We love you guys so much. Have a happy, happy, happy holiday.
Happy Chrismukah.
Yes.
And season's tidings.
Yeah.
Greetings.
Right. See you next time on Let's Talk About That.
Bye.
Bye.